Now, fighting for songwriters doesn't just happen in the CRB courtroom. Many of our battles are waged in the halls of Congress in Washington, D.C. And so now please welcome NMPA's SVP for Government Affairs, Amelia Binder, who's going to present the President's Award to two of our biggest champions in Congress.
I'm honored to be here today to present our highest political award to two lawmakers who have prioritized the fight for songwriters. As an LA native, I know that Congressman Ted Lieu has always stood out for his passion and his dedication to issues that matter. As the member representing a district home to many music creators and our very own Universal Music Publishing headquarters, Ted understands the struggles of songwriters and their need for fair compensation. He is a longtime friend whose support began with the Songwriter Equity Act and continued with the Music Modernization Act. He is respected by his colleagues and is serving his third term as a co-chair of the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. We are so pleased to present him with our President's Award, and because Congressman Lieu had commitments in Washington today, he sent us this video.
Hello, I'm Congressman Ted Lieu. I want to thank NMPA and David Israelite for this great honor of receiving the President's Award. It has been a joy over the years to work with the music industry to modernize and help improve the economy and environment for songwriters. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Amelia Binder, who has done a great job for all of you. As a representative from Southern California, I have a special place in my heart for songwriters and the music industry, many of whom call my district home. I've always been a music fan, and some of my favorite bands are Berlin, Blondie, and Pat Benatar. I note that my music appreciation is still stuck in the 1980s. Passing the Music Modernization Act was a huge accomplishment and a remarkable bipartisan feat. I distinctly remember the tremendous outpouring of bipartisan support for the bill, which is something I've not seen in the House Judiciary Committee either before or after that bill. And that's because music brings all of us together. We all have a connection to music, and it is imperative that we value those who create it. I will continue to fight for music creators so that all of you can continue to create the music that we love.
Our next honor goes to Congressman Kelly Armstrong from the great state of North Dakota. As we all know, tech companies claiming an inability to pay creators properly and fight piracy on their own platforms are a constant struggle for songwriters. Congressman Armstrong helped us face down one of the largest offenders, Twitter, by calling attention to its failures in a compelling letter that shed great light on the need for it to fully compensate and pay creators. Now serving on the powerful Energy and Commerce Committee, he is in a position to make great progress on behalf of writers. He is unafraid to call for fairness from the enormous adversaries that creators face, and we are happy to welcome him here today to accept our President's Award. Congressman Armstrong.
I really appreciate being here, and I just want to tell you a little bit about why this matters so much to me and why it matters to so many different people. My first concert ever was Martina McBride at the North Dakota State Fair. And I'm not sure you can have a more on-the-nose description of a rural kid from Western North Dakota going to the county fair. I had a huge crush on her. I'm 45 years old. I have a huge crush on her voice to this day. But I also have a 14-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son, and I didn't want that to be quite on the nose. So as we started coming out of COVID, I took my mother and my kids to the Elton John Farewell Yellow Brick Road concert. And that's a little different than a county fair, but they were both fantastic. Other offices in DC, if you do a Christmas party, you rent out a room in the basement of the Capitol and you get warm meatballs and block cheese and all of those different things. We do ours at the Anthem. I take not on the floor, I'm too old for that. We do boxed up top, but we've seen Tyler Childers. The last time we did it, we did camp. My bachelor party was at a 2-day Widespread Panic outdoor concert. I brought my future wife, which was really fantastic. And I was trying to think of where this came from, and particularly for a group, everyone here. And I think for me, the difference between listening to music and falling in love with music and making it a part of everything you do is late August to early October of 1991. Metallica Black comes out. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 comes out. Blood Sugar Sex Magic comes out. Pearl Jam 10 comes out. Nirvana Nevermind comes out, and I spent my 15th birthday in a disc and tape trying to buying Soundgarden Bad Motor Finger. So, you all do great work. That was a pretty impressive 5 weeks. So I really do, I mean this. Thank you for creating this stuff. Thank you for creating things that help me go to sleep, put me in a better mood when I'm in a bad mood, when I'm driving, when I'm traveling, all of those things. And I'm gonna let everybody in on a secret. We're not gonna break the internet if we make them pay you for your work. It's not happening. And as a father who's away from my kids more than I would like to be to do this job, which is truly the greatest privilege of my life, I want to tell you why I think it matters. We went to the Black Widow opening movie. My daughter's the same age I was in 1991. If anybody's heard the cover of Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit by Amelia J., first of all, there's a whole bunch of people my age that now know the words. And secondly, it's fantastic. And so my daughter loved that song. And how you deliver all of the things you're talking about from a monetary and fairness policy is how my daughter consumes this stuff, right? Like all of it. I'm trying to explain to her what happened culturally when that song came out when I was her age. And she's like, doesn't understand. I mean, like you'd run home to put a VCR tape in so you could possibly catch the video, right? It's still the most recognizable song in the world. And so she comes home, she watches a documentary on the Seattle grunge scene and all of this works through. And we have this huge connection from 2 different generations. My daughter, the same age as when the cover comes out, and me from when I was done. And we talk about these things. These things are parts of our lives. And that's because of what you all create. So thank you, and I'm telling you, we're gonna get them to pay their fair rate. We're always gonna get them to pay their fair rate. I appreciate the award, and I appreciate everybody who's going through the litigation, and I wish you guys all the best of luck. Thank you very much. She did tell me she thinks she likes the cover better than the original, and I wrote her out of the will.